How's it going, YouTube? My name's Trig. I thought I would start this off in the car because it's the only place that makes sense to start it. I've had this car for about a year, and so far I have H&R Sport Springs and like an AutoZone intake. And it's nice, you know, it's a quick car. I love this car, but it needs some more power, which is why today we're going Unitronic Stage 1. And yeah, stay tuned. Before we get things started, I'm gonna go over plans for the car before we actually get to getting it tuned. So, alright, this is the car in the current state. I have black plasti dipped wheels. Some people hate on plasti dip. I like it. I think it kind of brings the car together. I have these fucking ricey valve stem caps and 20% tints all around. I am planning on getting some new wheels. It's probably the next mod because this wheel, as you can see, has a bit of road rash. Tires look good. There's some tread on them still. And like I said, I have that intake. I'm probably gonna get some hate for this intake because it's just an AutoZone, like $50 intake. Forgive my dirty engine bay. This is my my AutoZone Spectre intake, complete with an Urkel sticker, because when I put it on the car, I scratched it. So it's got the little breather. I do want to like fashion some heat shielding for it. It wouldn't be too hard. Just get some plastic, maybe some like sheet aluminum, and just kind of mold it. There's mounting points for it down here, as well as on the grill and here, like above the radiator. So yeah, that's what I have done to the car. I would show you the sport springs, but I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see that, but yeah. So forgive the car always being dirty because, as you can see, I live on a dirt road. So yeah, let's get to the video. GTR. There's a fucking E30.
One eternity later.
Cola, taste the feeling.
LA Care Covered offers affordable.
Alright, YouTube, the last time you saw me, it was as we were pulling into the parking lot to get the GLI tuned. So, I was planning on giving you my first impressions, but my first impressions ended up just kind of, it was like me just driving, you know, allegedly driving recklessly. So I wanted to give it a little while and wait a week just to give you my my long-term, medium-term impressions. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so as far as my thoughts on the tune, it's been pretty awesome. The extra torque on the highway is much better. There's a ton more passing power, and it all around, It feels like the car should have come like this from the factory. It's so much more lively, the throttle response is better. The biggest thing I've noticed is it just, I mean, I know that it's pushing more boost. I don't know exactly how much more boost, but it's like, it's honestly like a whole different car. It's amazing. I'm at 35,000 miles, so I waited till my bumper to bumper warranty was up until about 2,500 RPM. It's exactly the same as it was before. 4,000 RPM, 3,500 to maybe 4,000 RPM is when it really changes. So after 4,000 RPM, it just keeps spooling. It keeps getting more boost, and that's the biggest thing. Up until a certain point, it's exactly the same. It just feels smoother. And when I say it feels smoother, it feels a lot smoother than before. One of the biggest things I notice is that it pulls in every gear now. You can be in 5th, 6th gear on the highway, and you mat it, and it goes. Honestly, I'm really happy with it. It was totally worth the amount that I paid for it, and I'm super excited just to have more power in the car. Right after I got it tuned, I also made a heat shield for the intake, so I'll show you that now. Alright, so I have a feeling I'm going to get 1,000 comments saying that it's kind of ricey, but it's sheet metal and plumber's tape, but it is securely mounted in here. I have pipe insulation here, so it's mounted safely. I do actually notice less heat soak, so that's the main thing that everyone mentions when you have basically the pot on a stick kind of intake. I've had this car for a year. It's the first car I ever bought myself. Before this, I think I mentioned that I had a 2004 Corolla, which was just, I mean, it was just a car to get me from point A to B, and this car is so much more than that. So it's just so exciting to not be bored with the power anymore, because I think every car enthusiast knows that feeling of like when you first get in your car, when you first bought your car, and it feels fast and you're like, this is the one I want to buy, and after a little while it's not exactly as invigorating anymore. It's not as exciting, but the tune really woke the car up. It's really, I mean, I've heard it described on the forums as this is how the car should come from the factory, and that's the only way to describe it, is this is exactly how it should be from the factory. I didn't want to give my first impressions of it, because it would have just not been a constructive video, because mostly, I mean, my girlfriend was filming me. I do have the shots from it, but it's just me like, whoa, it's fast. And I mean, you know, when you first add more power to the car, it always feels faster than it really is. So I wanted to give myself time to kind of get accustomed to the power and get used to how the car feels now. So after a week, I think I can definitely say it's totally worth it. I'm super happy I got it tuned, and you know, stay tuned for more videos. Definitely going to be pushing this car within reason as far as it can go.